Okay, so what I'm going to be looking at here right now is we have a couple of nukes that have come through winter, and I just want to show you the two different, you know, this nuke here is a cautionary tale for feeding liquid feed in the winter. Both this one and the other one I fed liquid feed through the winter. This one, for whatever reason, ended up drowning some good portion of the bees, and as we'll see here, they're fairly small, have a cluster about the size of a lemon. I highly doubt they'll actually thrive this year, and come time I start making my splits, if they haven't rebounded, I'll be um, pinching this queen and making a new split out of this. But just want to show, so you can see here on the end, there's a lot of mold. Um, Not a problem for the bees. If for a strong hive, they would clean that out and you wouldn't even know that it happened. But this one, it is a little bit of an issue. This frame is empty, nothing on it. Set that to the side. This one here is just a perfect frame with some honey on it. That, like I said, they were doing pretty good last winter. They're actually doing pretty good during the winter too. Midwinter, I ended up feeding them. They took a quart of sugar syrup, but then the second quart I put on, it got cold, and then that ended up dripping on them. That's why moisture is risky for hives in the wintertime. I'll end up showing you the queen here in a second. They do have a small brood pattern. Like they have all pollen around this little section they're hovering around. They do have some cat brood. There's the queen. And she's small, tiny, probably because she's not being fed well. But we'll see. We'll see if they recover. I mean, this particular hive has some pretty carniolan type traits, so they might rebound pretty well once it warms up. But I'm not really expecting much of anything. And there's another little brood section they have just opposite of that. So, and almost no resources. As you can see, there was some nectar dripping out. I don't know where they're getting it from, but glad they are. And then this is a frame of honey I'd pulled from another hive. Looks like they have opened it up and started working on it. So even though there's probably only, you know, 50 to 100 bees in there, they're definitely working hard. They're just, I made the mistake, drowned most of them, unfortunately. Um, so we'll see how they do. But like I said, when it comes time to make splits, early April, if this one hasn't started to rebound, I will probably just pinch the queen and make a new nuke out of it. No point in nursing along unproductive hives. I'm just going to throw it back together. And I'm keeping some burlap on top of them. They are sitting on top of a single that went through winter super strong, producing plenty of heat. So that might have been the only saving factor for this hive, as they were getting some residual heat from the hive below. So this is my other hive here, or another nuke I've had wintered. Same situation. This one fed them the same. For whatever reason, they took down that second quart with no problem, and stored it away. Just kind of fast forwarding through this open up and look at stuff. This one I'm really excited for. They are super strong. May not look like it from here, but considering it's a nuke, they have at least 4 seams of bees in there. As you can see, the nucleus box warped, and that is one of the issues of feeding liquid feed. Is that the moisture, it'll absorb into the wood there. And you have to be a little extra careful pulling out frames. They're just working on their resources there. They do have some pollen stored in there. This video, unfortunately, doesn't do it justice. Not easy to see. So this one here, by the time I start making splits, I'll have to put this into a larger hive. It's going to be doing well. Oh, yeah, like that. Nice little brood pattern. Apparently I don't know where my camera is. I'm shifting off to the side. Obviously I don't know where my camera is. I ended up blocking a lot of the views. But you can see there in the center they have, it's all emerged and is all refilled. The queen has relayed that entirely. So that's looking awesome. And this next frame, same thing. It's all emerged out in the center. Don't know where my camera is, but you can see that white. Those are white larvas, all there in the center. She's just working out a rainbow pattern of laying. I'm trying to get a hold of this frame so I can point to the queen. But I ended up just freeze framing and showing you here in a second. There she is. And I just fast forward through this because I, don't realize my head's in the way. I'm pointing to the queen right now. She's all right. She's productive queen. Looks good. Not as good as some of the queens I have, but she's definitely strong and laying well. So this will be a good colony this year. And I just flip through this next frame. This frame is kind of sad. The video is sad. The frame is fine. So they have that round of honey on top, and it looks all blurry and like a tan. That's all pollen that they've brought in this year. And of course, my hat's in the way. You can't see the pollen on the other side. This next frame I don't show. It's just honey. So they're doing good with that. I'm just checking the other side, make sure they're doing all right. Slide these over nice and gentle. And here in a couple weeks, this hive is probably going to need to be put into a new box. It's grown. And here we're just going to speed up, put that back together. So really, what I'm just trying to show here is that, there are different ways to approach wintering bees. They will winter in a nucleus colony. It just takes a little bit more work. Unfortunately, I did that other hive a disservice by feeding them. This one obviously took it with no problem. In the future, when I take nukes through the winter, I will probably just give them sugar bricks. You don't have to worry about them freezing. I was putting stuff on top there to help hold in the heat. But thanks for watching.